Before horns gleamed, the world still listened. Forests breathed softly, untouched by fear. Creatures walked upright, speaking hopes aloud. They dreamed not of conquest, only belonging. Among them lived a quiet healer, neither king nor warrior nor priest. They wore kindness like a second skin. Their hands learned pain without flinching. When beasts fought, they stepped between claws. When rivers sickened, they sang them clear. They believed every wound remembered gentleness. They believed mercy shaped the world. But the world began to harden. Voices sharpened into commands and laws. Forests shrank beneath marching intentions. Fear learned how to organize itself. The healer watched friends choose sides. Some chose power, others chose silence. The healer chose neither, only care. That choice carries the heaviest cost. One night, war reached the old glade. Fire spoke louder than any prayer. Steel answered questions no one asked. The ground learned the taste of blood. The healer ran where screams were loudest. They pulled children from fallen branches. They bound wounds with trembling resolve. They whispered courage into fading breaths. An arrow found them in motion, not meant for them, but careless. It pierced their chest like judgment. The world slowed, listening again. They fell beside a dying forest. Roots curled inward, sensing loss. The healer pressed shaking hands to earth. They begged nothing for themselves. "Let kindness survive," they breathed. "Let innocence have teeth against cruelty." The forest heard and answered differently. Old magic stirs only for sacrifice. The ground opened like a memory. Light poured upward, white and aching. The healer's body burned, not painfully. It burned with purpose and surrender. Bones softened into living strength. Hands lengthened into swift certainty. Their voice broke into breath and steam. Something ancient stitched them anew. When the light faded, silence returned. Where the healer lay, something stood. Tall, luminous, trembling with restraint. Eyes held centuries of compassion. A single horn crowned their brow. Not a weapon, but a promise. It shimmered with truth unspoken. It hummed softly, like forgiveness. The forest leaned closer in awe. Fire retreated, ashamed of itself. The creature stamped once upon soil. The war forgot its next step. Soldiers dropped weapons without understanding. Rage melted into unbearable clarity. They saw themselves reflected honestly. Many fled, some wept where they stood. The creature did not pursue them. It never chased, never judged. It turned instead to the wounded. Its horn glowed warm as dawn. Where it touched, pain loosened. Where it lingered, fear softened. It could not resurrect the fallen, but it honored them completely. When morning came, the creature vanished. Only hoofprints marked luminous paths. Stories spread faster than armies retreat. People named it unicorn. They said it punished the wicked. They were wrong, but afraid. They said it chose only virgins. They misunderstood devotion for purity. In truth, it chose sorrow. It came where hope felt impossible. It appeared to those still caring, even when caring hurt too much. Over ages it learned solitude. The world grew louder, less listening. Magic thinned beneath certainty and steel. The unicorn stepped deeper into myth. But it never truly left. It waits where empathy still breathes, in quiet hands refusing cruelty, in voices choosing mercy anyway. Every unicorn is a memory of someone who chose kindness first, of a world briefly transformed by care, of sacrifice becoming a guardian. When you hear forests hold their breath, when light bends gently toward the wounded, remember the healer who became legend. Remember what kindness can become.